got their eyes on in terms of that quarter-final berth? Who are you looking forward to taking on?
Oh, I mean, from my point of view, we're looking forward to hopefully getting our shot at the Cookies boys. They look really good. They look sharp. Disappointed they didn't get a run out at the last World Cup, so we'll be eyeing them up in the quarter-final. But our eyes are on the next game against England. That's the big one, and we'll take it from there.
A huge game up next. Thanks for talking to us as well, and well played, Jay, as well. A great performance for Scotland, a victory for them in their opening game of the day here. They take on England next, of course, in that classic clash across the sports, but in touch rugby, it's just as fiery. We've got another game lining up for us on the field here. It's South Africa against Japan, live from the Men's Open here at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024. Well, we jump to the other side of the men's pool, Pool B, where South Africa take on Japan. And it's two of the big hitters, or perhaps the surprise packages in Japan's case here. South Africa down in 5th after 2 days of action, whereas Japan up in 3rd, just behind New Zealand and the Cook Islands. But it's the brightest start for South Africa. And what's going on, Joe? Every single game, there's a score from the opening 6. This time, Mohamed Ramis Osman is over.
Yeah, is it slow defence or fast attack? And there's that passive link that we've seen already on pitch 1. And it's a beautiful execution. And then the wheels get on the outside. Burn him. 1-0.
As he said, New Zealand and the Cook Islands also occupy this group. They take the top spot as the two undefeated sides. Ireland have only been beaten by Japan as they sit in 3rd place. And well, Japan's only loss came against the Kiwis. So looking to add another win on the tally.
No shame in that, though, is there? Losing
Absolutely
to the Kiwis. Well, Japan now, we've seen the pace that they inject against Ireland yesterday. Will they do it? Yep, early release on the rooster. It's rinse and repeat from what we saw on day 1, but good covering chase from South Africa.
Well, I mentioned Japan, Joe, because it's a Japanese side. I mentioned Ireland, sorry, because Japan beat that Irish team. Ireland then went and battered South Africa by 10-5. Ooh. So it's, well, not looking too good on the form books in that regard for South Africa, but they've taken the lead. And, well, all form goes out the window on a new day at the Touch Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, and you don't make places on day 2.
You make places in these latter stages here. And South Africa are just one spot off of that 4th place. They just sit behind Ireland by 1 point. Japan in 3rd. They'll look to extend their points tally and chase down New Zealand and the Cook Islands in 1st and 2nd. But they still trail, and I think that's a roll ball there so that they'll miss out on.
Yeah, it just goes to ground, and it's a really good defensive press from South Africa. And at the moment, I mean, if you'd asked me before this game who would it be in the ascendancy early doors, based on what we saw yesterday, it definitely would have been Japan for my mind. But South Africa have come out here absolutely firing.
And here's Miguel du Plessis, finds the pass to Osman, going for another try. This time caught. Tough penalty for Japan to concede, Joe.
Yeah, again, it's that getting up in the passing lane a little bit too early. And South Africa with a good line attack opportunity, burn a touch.
Roberts, du Plessis. And there's the wraparound from Roberts. Well, just slips on his way back, Caleb Roberts, so they'll stop at the 7. Here he is again with Abrahams. Shafiq Abrahams wants it on the return. What can he create? Winding up the long ball, eventually does give the pass. Down goes Osman. but the touch was made again. Japan survived for now.
Yeah,
second try looming for South Africa. Osman. And you were saying, Joe, as the attack comes to an end.
Yeah, it's really clutching at straws at the moment for Japan. South Africa are taking the ball really hard at the line, engaging defenders, fixing defenders, and then using the core skills, as we know, well, every South African rugby side will have.
Here come Japan on the transition, but the whistle goes. It's a turnover. South Africa surely now on the brink of scoring a second.
Yeah, and they'll want to make the most of this. We know that Japan will come back out firing. At some point, they're going to start to kick into gear.
Faber at the half. Hands it off to Moepi. Moepi, Faber. He's got Myberg to his left. Go back to Moepi. Myberg on the wraparound. Then there's the lofted long ball diving over. Looking to catch it from a long way out off the wing. George Macklouf, unfortunately, can't keep a hold of it.
Yeah, it's a good idea from South Africa, looking to use the sweeper plate, step back, looking to go long. But here's that Japanese transition. We saw tear Ireland apart yesterday.
Well, Higino drives them on. The ball's a little loose, picked up by Yamamoto. Kozumi, another bright spark for Japan, but that's all their touches up.
Yeah, leaving South African defenders on the floor. But at the moment, the half is late to the Japanese roll ball, and it means that South Africa can get onside and fly back up. But look at the pace at which the ball's off the floor for South Africa.
Here come the changes. Myberg. Great pickup. Winding to the right is Sayet. Wide ball off the wing. Looking to return it, but it's actually just intercepted by Japan, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, South African link cutting a line that, for me, isn't really the right option. You draw the defence onto the half. It means that the half has to give that ball early.
To quell any confusion, there's two Mybergs in the South African side. Wesley at number 4 and Yanni at number 2. South Africa with possession back. Not the deepest transition for Japan. Here's Myberg. Little show and go from Schofield.
Yeah, good penalty. Really good penalty.
Penalty drawn out by Shaquille Sayet. Caleb Roberts with the tap. Got Osman to his left and Duplessis at the half. Roberts, Duplessis, Caleb Roberts. Duplessis, Roberts again. This time weaving through with the step. Touch made by Yamada Tetsuki.
Yeah, South Africa engaging Japanese defenders again. We'll see the 32 play come. It does. Early release on the Roosters on. Doesn't
Osman
go.
finds Roberts, and Osman on the return, hurting for his second try. But Japan force a turnover. Touches up for South Africa.
Yeah, and South Africa at the moment, there's a massive mismatch in numbers as the South African winger is just taking a bit too long to get back into the defensive line. And Japan taking full advantage of that. Much better transition. Half is there cleanly.
That's a good ball. Japan keep rolling on. Picked up by Yamamoto. To the right-hand side they go. Oh, but there's the touch. It's a better transition, though, from Japan, forcing South Africa all the way back.
Yeah, Japan's starting to kick into gear now. We knew it was going to happen at some point, however late in the game. And South Africa had a couple opportunities to extend their lead, didn't take it. They might rue those missed opportunities.
Up to halfway, lifted by George Macklouf. Moepe. Back on the inside, Moepe, touched by Oshima. There's a lovely missed pass to put Myberg in behind, but Wesley Myberg is caught. Well, a bit of a stalemate opening up here as the quality of both sides starts to rear its head.
Yeah, and it's a real South Africa are a team full of really good ideas. They want to run hard at the line. They want the off-the-ball players hitting holes. And Japan have started to number up much better and are really nullifying that attacking structure of South Africa.
Great pickup, Japan ghosting into that try area. Yurikawa needs to find a pass, and he does pick one out. He finds Atsuki Sato, but it's not given, Joe.
Oh, stepping out. I think he stepped out into the dead ball line. And that's a missed opportunity for Japan, and it's sort of in the story of this first half. Lots of chances, lots of missed opportunities.
Another South African transition executed well. Schofield looking to open up the field. Ball back inside to Yanni Myberg. Picked up by Sayet, and he's into the try area this time. Samuel Schofield touches down. South Africa score a second.
Yeah, and that's what you get with a direct transition, a good strike dump, and the half is there cleanly. Lovely two-handed scoop. Oh, just a little bit of a slip on the line, and yeah, really nice. Almost like shadow step behind the turning back of the Japanese defender.
This time Atsuki Sato, Japan's would-be try scorer, is evaded by Schofield, who has South Africa's second. Tetsuki with Higino at the half. Tetsuki there at the pickup. Higino on the wrap. 3-on-2 out there. Higino goes himself. Caleb Roberts makes the touch.
Yeah, brilliant defensive touch from Roberts, and Japan now looking to go expansive.
Tetsuki with the wide pass. Good take by Daichi Yago, but it's all in vain as Yago makes Japan's first touch. And South Africa with 4 in the locker, crack halfway.
Oh, Japan is so, South Africa is so physical in this touch. Japan can't disrupt it.
Myberg making great yards, picks out the wide ball, back inside from Mackloff. Tutti Faber caught. Wesley Myberg at the half. Great footwork from Myberg, but the long ball, well read by Taishi Seiriyasu.
A much better defensive spacing from Japan, starting to nullify the pace and the physicality of the South African attack, but they need to go down and get one on themselves.
Japan up to the 10. Still trailed by 2 tries. This is opening up to be a wonderful game of touch. Great pickup, wonderful footwork. The scoop once again from Yamamoto. But South Africa make the touch. Driving on, Oloreto Moopi as he leaves the field, and South Africa transition. Schofield. Ball back inside to Yanni Myberg. Sait. Switch inside for Schofield. The show and go. Is he away? What a touch. Daiki Kubota. Kubota diving in to deny South Africa, but the long ball might undo them. Back inside. George Mackloff loves that pass off the wing, back into the link.
Yeah, again, brilliant ideas from South Africa, trying to go around the outside and then tapping back in. But Japan, this is better off their phase 1, hitting the wing early, getting over to that box side efficiently. But again, it's the defensive pressure from South Africa trapping them up this box side. Players flying up left, right and centre, but a hard touch given.
Penalty Japan. There's a lot of chat from the touchline by the touch box. Pretty happy with how things are going so far. They're 2 up against Japan. Here comes Urakawa. Koizumi. Urakawa again. 2 to watch in the middle. Koizumi, good pickup. Urakawa takes a bit of pace off the attack for now. Touch made, lifted by Higino. Urakawa, long ball. Oh, it just slips through the fingers of Kenta Hiroya.
Oh, it's the best Japanese attack we've seen so far, but the completion rate just left wanting again.
Schofield at the half. South Africa transition.
South Africa now driving through their midfield attack. 5th touch, scooping play. They go to the short side, it's on, and they get the 6 more call. I wonder if he could have just kicked through there. Seemed like there was a gap. He's got wheels to burn. Doesn't quite happen for them. In South Africa, with a fresh set of 6, what can they do on their line attack? Middle, quickie. It's on. Step back.
Here comes Roberts again. Looking bright in the centre, but a second penalty, Joe.
Yeah, and it's such as the attacking pressure from South Africa. Japan are really chasing shadows at the moment. Middle quickie.
Abraham stepping off the left. Almost away, Shafiq Abraham.
I just needed to go a bit harder at the line, engage them, and then explode off the left.
Abrahams again. Roberts in the middle with him. Abraham doesn't use the link. Wrapping round. Osman stays composed. Abrahams. Osman sliding in. This time he'll have a second try. Mohamed Ramiz Osman gets South Africa's 3rd.
Yeah, and Osman has been such a bright spark for South Africa. And the Japanese defence, well, it is a red wall, but Red Sea parted. Left foot step, and yeah, again, the cornering defence from Japan just gives the South Africa team some space.
Even had time to tee up his dive there as he went over for South Africa's third try.
Releasing too early again.
A men's open game with so much more to give in these closing 5 minutes. There's a lot of scores left out there from two high-performing sides. Great defence on show, really should be the highlight. Yurikawa, Koizuma looking to turn on the style for Japan. Yamamoto there with him. Yurikawa to his left. Yamamoto at half. Yurikawa, he'll unleash a long ball. Oh, and he just drops it off to the link, but the ball goes down.
Yeah, and again, it's for me, this game's really strange because Japan against Ireland run the rooster early release and just fed long every single time. We've not seen that once yet from Japan, and I wonder if they're trying to make a read offensively to cater for the South African defence, but it's not working at the moment.
Good pick up from Gordon. Long pass out wide. It does pick out Maklouf, and he gives that inside ball again. This time it hasn't worked for Japan, and for South Africa, sorry, it has worked for Japan as they win a penalty.
Yeah, forward pass.
Wesley Myberg not returning the ball to the mark. And Japan head towards the box over on that far side. Koizuma makes the touch, and then Yamamoto plays half, but little break through the first defender. Back comes Moepi to make the touch, but I think he's penalised.
They almost gave him a piggyback there. I think that's about as easy a hard touch as you'll see.
Lovely turn of pace from Sato. Caught. Japan at the 7 though, with 5 in the locker. This would be a huge defensive set from South Africa if they can keep them out again. Tetsuki, good ball inside. Takuya Okamizo has Japan's first, and they're back in the game, Joe.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good play from Japan, finally getting over that line. And we'll see it on the replay. It's that middle quickie with the drop-off back on the inside. The South African defence, for the first time in this first half, a little bit disjointed between the middles and the links. Full credit to them, they've been spot on, apart from the one occasion. And Japan take full advantage.
Miguel Duplessis lifts it to Osman, hat-trick hunting, but shepherded out this time by Yoshito Oshima. Mohamed Ramiz Osman will lay it back for Miguel Duplessis. Oh, well, he's evaded the first touch. He might go alone. Osman dots down, but the touch is made. First of 6.
Yeah, I don't mind that either as an option. You keep Japan honest.
Osman, Duplessis. Osman on the return. Is this his hat-trick? Finally. Twice he's over. Twice he's denied by Japan. A minute to go in this first half. South Africa looking to re-establish that 3-try advantage. Duplessis, change of direction. Abrahams.
Yeah, it's
takes back control. Abrahams switches the direction again. He's at half, needs an option, finds Roberts. What defence this time from Oshima. Flying out to make the touch.
Yeah, penalty given though, offside call, and I'm sort of saying it was on there because they've condensed this Japanese defence, but rather than using the transition of the hands, they decided to try and run it over the far side. And Japan are up to the task of defending.
Here's Miguel Duplessis. Good pickup from Sayet, back inside. Another touch made. Kenta Hiro. Duplessis, Shaquille Sayet. Duplessis feeds it inside, he's there at the half. Roberts on the wraparound, change of direction. Here we go, interception. Off go Japan, but great cover. A great touch. That time it's Sherman Manuel who suddenly came alive, but Japan, as the buzzer goes, will have one more crack at it. Touch made on Higino. What defence from Japan though at the death to keep South Africa out.
Yeah, and even though they're 2 tries down, that'll give them all the confidence in the world. You've just defended 3 repeat sets of 6 at the line against a very physical, very talented South African attack.
Sherman Manuel just came over the horizon to deny Japan the coast-to-coast score. They'll be the happiest side at the break, South Africa. They lead by 3-1, but Japan absolutely still in the game. A fascinating 20 minutes still on the cards. Live here on the main pitch at Highfields at the World Touch Rugby World Cup 2024.
Well, as we go through our time on the fourth day here at Nottingham, a quick reminder.
It's our turn now. 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 It's our turn now.
So what does it mean to you? The time,
Sweat, the passion,
the thrill,
The determination,
the support,
the camaraderie.
but it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
you ready?
question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes.
Players and officials, this is your 30-second warning. Please take to the field, ready to play. A reminder, there will be a call-out if you are in the cricks and halls. There will be a call-out for 2 vehicles, and these to be moved today ASAP. Players and officials, stand by.
Second half to come then. A tantalising fixture. South Africa, Japan. South Africa took an early 3-try advantage. Japan have fought their way back into the game and scored 1 towards the end of the first half. But now they're looking to start the brightest, but it's just been spilt on the turn. Joe Wright alongside me, and this game still could go either way despite a South African advantage.
Yeah, definitely. This game's really threatening to be a high-scoring affair, if not for some fine margins in the line attack phase from both teams.
2 early mistakes. The result is a Japanese set of 6 on the 10. Daichi Yago there to lay it back. He hands it off instead. For the dangerous Ryumo Koizumi. Koizumi with a good run. Picked up by Yamamoto. Here's Urakawa. Back inside to Koizumi. Yamamoto. Koizumi again. Waiting to pounce. Here's Yamamoto. Seiji Yamamoto has an early score for Japan in the second half.
Yeah, and they needed that. They really did. Because at the moment, South Africa's defence was just proving all too physical for them to handle. But for once, they play around that shooter. They get the South African defenders to really come up to them. And the fast feet to get underneath. We'll see it here. Look, engage in the South African middles. They get underneath it and a lovely dive and slam. 3-2.
Back comes South Africa. Roberts hunting down the 7. Du Plessis winding one up. Osman 2-on-1 gives the pass. Put down by Sherman Manuel, who denied Japan that wonderful intercept score at the end of the first half. Japan transition as they hit the box. The wind just picking up here as well, Joe. Might play a factor later in the day.
Yeah, definitely. But when you're attacking right to left, that wind's blowing back against you, so you can probably afford to throw that ball a little bit more forward. Japan now look to come running through.
Seiji Yamamoto gives the pass, dotted down with great pace. South Africa have been pegged back by Japan. Can you believe it, Joe? 2 early tries in 2 minutes. It's got Japan on level terms. This time the try scorer, Shuta Higino.
Yeah, superb play, and they've figured out this South African defence in these first opening minutes. And it's a lovely little pick-up against the retreating defender, and then the drop-off into space. And it's lovely in between 2 covering South African defenders, and he's just too good.
Well, we're back at square one for South Africa. Here's Myberg, gets the pass away. Diving over from tight in is Shaquille Sayet, and he does have a score. Sayet, the architect in the first half for a couple of South African tries, has one of his own here, and they go back ahead in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I did say it was threatening to be a high-scoring affair, and here we go. Lovely step back. Yeah, ball is down before the touch is made. Brilliant athleticism. And South Africa needed that score to stop the flow of tries going the other way.
Urakawa takes the first touch and drives Japan on. They've got 4 to strike with here. Kosuke Urakawa dots it down. He has it on the return. He drops it off, and there was a pass on there from Higino. If he could get it away, the winger was free. Japan denied, but they'll have 6 touches at the line. Here's the try scorer, Higino, handing it off to Urakawa. Koizuma there in support. Koizumi at the half. Urakawa back inside to Koizumi. Koizumi looking dangerous again. Urakawa desperate to create and get Japan on level terms. Winding run from Koizumi. He wanted a switch from Yago, but it came too late.
Yeah, and it's smart play from Japan. Recognised that South Africa weren't getting off the line, so just decided to run at it to really show it to the referees. Sweeper play comes round. A little bit static.
A bit static, as he said, and Japan will have to reset. Seiji Yamamoto. Urakawa. Lovely footwork from Yamamoto. Kosuke Urakawa running the show for Japan. And here he is on the run, getting the ball away. Finally, the long ball. Daichi Yago is finally over. And he knows it too. Great effort, as always, from George Mackloff. Desperate in defence. But the try goes over. Look at that for a long ball. Oh, great finish as well. Delightful, Daichi Yago.
What a beauty of a score, and finally Japan run that rooster with the early release, and they get over in the corner. Lovely dive. And
Du Plessis, Roberts, Osman, another quick response perhaps, almost. Well, it was sort of midway between Manuel and Du Plessis.
Yeah, and we thought before this game started that we were in for a high-scoring affair. First half was a battle of 2 defences. Second half, they figured each other out, and now we're into the pace.
Can Japan go ahead for the very first time? Here they are on transition up to the 10. Oshima, great carry, Oshima. He might want it on the return.
Oh, it just goes to ground at the last minute. It's a beautiful scoop through, finds the space, finds the extra man, but the pass is just not accurate enough. And South Africa survived that onslaught, but they've given away a penalty. So Japan will have a fresh set of 6, and this is where they're dangerous.
Well, and all the excitement, managed to unplug my headphones as well. We're back though with Japan for another 10. We are getting tremendously excited in the commentary box here, right in front of a Japanese bench who are all of them lined up on the touchline in anticipation. Duplessis makes the touch, but Japan reach out. Duplessis looks to get another one.
Yeah, penalty, so that's 2 on the line now. Japan are really stressing out this South African defence.
Izumi, Urakawa to his left. He does pick him out. Kazuki Urakawa back to Koizumi. They're just interplay between the middle and link.
Oh, see, it was really good. Really good. You've engaged both the middle and the link, and then they don't strike. You need to strike off those platforms. It's the best platform you've had all game.
Koizumi draws in Duplessis. Lovely step, reaching out Japan.
Score.
Well, it has been given as a touch, in fact.
Ooh.
Seiji Yamamoto denied a second try. Urakawa, Koizumi. Still 4 apiece here, Japan looking to go ahead. Urakawa, here he goes. Well, he's just been shepherded out by Schofield. What a defensive step from South Africa.
Oh, it's superb defence from South Africa, and they'll take that all the way to the bank as they drive up this box side now to get some fresh legs back on. Really good physical touches coming in. They'll look to use the ball and go expansive. They do.
Faber gets the pick up and returns it to Osman. Osman with the carry. Faber, Osman again.
Oh, forward pass, I think, from the base of the ruck. It is indeed.
Disappointing for South Africa. Penalty Japan. How close did they come here, Joe?
And I tell you what a result that would have been to defend the 2 repeat sets and then go up the other end and score. Yeah, it's marginally forward and unfortunate in the end because it looked like ball was down before the touch came in.
Lovely hands from Japan. Great transition. They're over the halfway. Kazuki Urakawa leaves the field, and here come the changes. Yokomizo leaves it back. Lovely run from Japan. Hagino looks for the wide pass. I think it's a penalty. 6 more for Japan.
Yeah, offside South African link. Never got onside, never made the line.
Yokomizo, a try already today. Tetsuki. Yokomizo assessing his options with great patience. Tetsuki, wow, look at the interplay. But a good touch flying out of the line to disrupt Japan. They've burnt one already. Here goes Tetsuki, finding the pass. Yamamoto looks wide. Well, touch made on Yutaro Yamamoto out on the wing. And suddenly they're in the try area. Well, there's an interception from South Africa. And another penalty, Joe.
Yeah, offside penalty again. And for me, this Japanese line attack, I've said it already once, but when they start to play around the shooters and then take the touch, they're not striking, even though it's the best platforms that they've got because they draw all the South African players out to them.
Urakawa freshly on the field. Has he done it? Touch made, an important one by Ashwell Gordon.
This South African box is lively.
Trying to raise the energy and bring up the defensive line from out here on the touchline. Another touch made for Japan, but they've got so many left in the locker. What can they create from close range? Yamamoto!
Yep.
Japan have done it, they've turned it around. Second try of the game for Seiji Yamamoto. South Africa go behind for the first time. 10 minutes still to go. This game is far from over, Joe.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Japan to turn this game around. And it's this link punish. They get on the outside. And yep, link never makes the line. Ball is down. And Japan taking full advantage of the field possession in this second half.
Faber's appeals go unheralded. but it's another 6 touches for South Africa. Roberts, good lift by Osman. He's lost the cap, so you know it's serious.
Oh, great phase.
Du Plessis, Osman again.
Oh, what a score. That's superb. What a phase from Osman.
Hat-trick, Mohamed Ramiz Osman.
It's beautiful. Watch this. This is touch to a T. Engage the line, sweeper. And then takes the phase in behind the retreating Japanese defender. It means the Japanese middle has to overcommit. Left foot whack on the inside. And South Africa level up the scoring.
Japan with 6 touches from halfway. 9 minutes to go. We're level at 5 tries apiece. Haven't had too many draws on the main field here at Highfields so far. This Touch Rugby World Cup in Nottingham. Japan looking to score again and get in front. What a finish that is. Takuya Yokamizo, second try in the game for him.
Yeah, and Japan are finding their feet now in their line attack, and it's this middle quickie. Yeah, retreating South African defender. Oh, ball is down marginally before the touch is made.
And in this second half, Japan and South Africa now going tit for tat. It's 6-5 in favour of the Southeast Asian side. They've had some big wins already on the main pitch, seeing off the likes of Ireland, a side that were victorious against South Africa on day one. Roberts, long pass. Well, put down in the end by Makaluf. Well read by Yago. Japan transition. They're a long way from their box, Joe.
Yeah, but they'll look to go expansive, use the hands, and the defensive pressure from South Africa coughs the ball up, and they need to take advantage. We'll try down.
Osman gets up in his face and makes the intervention. Osman. Du Plessis. Osman again. Lovely footwork, but he's well read this time by Oshima.
Yeah, just question about the onside line there, but nothing doing for Osman. He's definitely the danger man for this South African attack.
Roberts. Du Plessis. Abrahams is there as well.
Yeah, great penalty, and it's the maturity of the South African line attack. Just pulls out and goes, is he dropping early, sir? And sir agrees. Middle quickie, kick out.
Roberts caught. South Africa looking to equalise as they spent the whole first half in front. Du Plessis, Roberts, Miguel Du Plessis! Diving in, flying touch from Daiki Kubota. And there's plenty of the Japanese supporters on that line there. Here the cheer goes up as they deny South Africa again. Abrahams!
Yep!
Sliding in between the defenders, Shafiq Abrahams has South Africa level again.
Yeah, and it's this sweeper plate. They changed the attacking platform. Middle quickies weren't working, so what do? We change it. And we send the speed demon with the electric feet round the outside. Lovely diving score. And it was a bit too easy in the end from South Africa.
6-6 with 6 to go on the clock in our second game of the day. Round 5 of the men's open. Japan looking for a score to keep their place in the top 4. South Africa looking to crack into those quarter-final spots. Well, they pull out really deep here. What can Higino create? First set of 6 from the score. Japan look to level things up again. What a finish that could be.
He's out in touch.
Yutaro Yamamoto denied a second score. South Africa escaped for now.
Oh, it's so close. He was treading water on this far touchline and needed to because of the athleticism of the chase from South Africa. And look at this drive up the box.
Good carry by Woolbank, and now they'll look to spread the play.
This is 5th coming now. You've got a touch to play with. Don't go early.
Myberg caught. Japan transition. This is where South Africa caught them out just a few moments ago. Early touch on Seiyasu. But they make it to the box, and here come the changes. South Africa up to halfway, and they win a penalty as well.
Yeah, good hard touch. Spotted by the referees in the midfield, just targeting that arm as the ball tries to be rolled. And Japan now, I mean, this is a proper chess match at the moment. The physicality from South Africa matched with the explosiveness from Japan.
Here they come again, Japan. Tetsuki lays it back and has it on the return. Yokomizo, hat-trick hunting. Yokomizo, Tetsuki, great line speed from Schofield.
Yeah, and they've rolled that ball almost in the wrong field off the mark. Way too far over. Referee spot it. Turnover. South Africa once again superior in defence.
South Africa looking to break the deadlock. 4 minutes to go. They're up to halfway. Miguel Duplessis. Missed pass. Oh, what a take by Abrahams to keep it alive, but 6 touches regardless.
Yeah, ball goes down. Unfortunately, the tap-on wasn't there. South Africa overplaying in the midfield. And it gives Japan a really good opportunity. No touch claimed. Referees have nothing to do with it.
Up to halfway, cracking the South African
that's
territory.
a roll ball infringement. Doesn't step over the ball and get your bingo cards out once again.
2 untimely errors from Japan. South Africa with 5 touches from halfway. Abrahams is caught for the second. Duplessis, Osman, Duplessis again. Osman and Duplessis in the middle, carving Japan apart. They're up to the 7. They take their time. 3 minutes to go. Duplessis to the left-hand side. Roberts is there. Ball down. Japan have it back. 3 minutes on the clock. We're locked up at 6 apiece here. Japan on the transition as they take it down the right-hand side.
Yeah, Japan now with real pace injected off the box. The support is there nice and clean. Good footwork, really good strike dump. They're going to need to scoop.
The 10. Japan scooping well. Kuwazimu's there. Urikawa finds a pass into the path of Hamada. And Hamada freshly on the field for the first time. He's Japan's super sub. Juki Hamada puts them in front with just 2.5 minutes to go.
Look at the pace of this transition. It's this carry here, and the strike dump is so clean. And the lovely check off, and yep, South African defenders guilty of not closing that distance quick enough, and they've got to go quickly.
South Africa trail again in this second half. This is the 3rd time they've been pegged back by Japan. Myberg lifted over the top to Sayet. Myberg, long ball. Whistle goes, it's a turnover.
Oh, loss of control given at the base of the ruck, and that's a killer for a South African perspective. Had all of the momentum, the long ball was on, but a little bit of a juggle and a loose juggle at the base of the ruck allows Japan to now get their transition going. And once again, this Japanese side in this second half, it's this transition that's killed South Africa.
2 minutes to hang on for a famous victory for Japan, trailing throughout the whole first half. Japan got back into the game and leveled it up. 3 times pegged back by South Africa. This could be it. Down goes Yago.
Oh, the ball's down. He's lost control in the corner. And again, it's the transition from Japan is so electric, so direct. And that final 1% isn't there for them.
South Africa still have a chance. 1 minute to go. They transition as they head towards the box. Important touch and a powerful one from Yamamoto.
Oh,
twice he's
swipe.
in the defensive line. Here's Myberg at the half. Roberts to his left. Oh, it pops up into the hands of Faber. Myberg taking on Japan. Great scoop from Caleb Roberts. There's the long ball, and it's dissecting the South African attack. Too short for the winger, too long for Tutti Faber at link. And have Japan won the game? They need to burn their 6 touches, and surely they'll have defeated South Africa by just a single try.
Yeah, and what a turnaround it will be in this second half for Japan. Just under 30 seconds left to go. And look at this transition once again. And unfortunately, that is the 6-touch turnover, so South Africa will have 1 opportunity.
20 seconds and 6 touches, all that South Africa have left in this incredible men's open game. Japan have turned it around. South Africa with a chance to square it here. Great transition. They're up to the 10.
Yeah, they'll have 1 now. They'll have 1 touch to play with, and that will be all she wrote. Japan, what a turnaround.
South Africa have faltered at the very last. Could have been a turnaround in their men's open campaign, but instead Japan go marching on towards the quarterfinals. I think they're slowly becoming, or rather quickly at this rate, everybody's second team. They have put in some lightning shows here on the main pitch, and Japan have beaten South Africa. They came from behind, 7-6 in the end. What a start to day 4 live here at the main pitch at the Touch Rugby World Cup in Nottingham.
Yeah, it's been brilliant from Japan, and to be a little bit critical of Japan, nowhere near the same caliber of performance we saw them put against Ireland yesterday, but it's the character, it's the heart of this team that see them through in the end.
Well, if you're tuning in from Japan, don't go anywhere, because we've got a double header of mixed open pool matches in round 7 of the mixed open, and up first it's Japan who take on New Zealand.